Okay, so it's been a while since I've done a video, so I thought I would put another one together. Okay, since I last did it, I've now, as you can see in the top right, I've now finally reached shade level 1000, and I've also been optimizing some of my builds, some of the ones I've already done. So the first one I'm going to look at today is this one, which is an Eclipse protocol build, which was suggested by a viewer. He watched my Hunter's Fury build video, and because it's based around a status effect, he suggested I try out this Eclipse protocol build. I'm going to go through it quicker than I have done because I want to keep it brief. So starting off, what he suggested was Scorpio or Pestilence as your main weapon. So I've gone with Scorpio for now. The second weapon, he didn't list a second weapon, but I did pick up, this was from Cassie this week, this Police UMP, which has Vindictive on it. So killing an enemy with status effects applied will give you a critical hit chance and critical hit damage buff. It came with max crit hit chance on it and damage to targets out of cover, which is pretty good. And the regular damage was really low, so I've rolled on max damage. As I say, it's from Cassie this week. It was a great pickup, providing you're happy with Vindictive. Otherwise, you've got two things really you need to swap off. We haven't got much in the way of long range damage here, so you might need to think about that for certain missions. We've got this maxed out Vile Mask, so pretty straightforward there. Toxic Delivery, so status effects also apply damage over time debuff. So anytime you apply a status effect, the enemy will receive damage equivalent to your 50% of your concussion grenade damage, and that is then boosted by your status effect attribute. And we've got plus 10% status effects on here, and then we've got Eclipse protocol with status effects everywhere. Easy to max this out because it has a skill tier, so you just got that one attribute to max out there. The pack and chest, and then the other three pieces, two again Eclipse protocol, and then the third one, and it doesn't really matter which one, is a piece of Hannah U. Now he did say what you should have on here is skill haste and status effect. Unfortunately, I had this perfectly roll one, but it had the healing one, so I swapped that for skill haste. I could put status effect there. I thought leaving skill damage, as long as you are applying a damage dealing skill, it's more or less the same. But ideally you want skill haste and status effects there. He did say use skill haste mods, but I've used protection from elites for the time being. I might change that after I've played with it for a bit longer. He said use gunner, so you can use the riot foam grenade and jammer pulse because it applies disrupt. That's what we wanted. And he didn't say a second skill, so I just left the healing drone on there. So I have got this shade exposed event on at the moment. I've done everything, and I'm sure it'll come around again. And one of the tasks on day 3 was disrupt 3 hostiles at once, so this build is actually ideal for that. So how it works, once you apply a status effect, it spreads to all enemies within 10 meters, 50% with 50% duration. And the pack amplifies all damage you deal to status effects targets by 30%. And the chest increases the transmission range from 10 to 15 meters. And refreshes the percentage from 50% to 75%. So the status effect gets passed on to everyone in the area. There's a ton of extra status effect damage, and you're shooting them with the Scorpio, which applies status effect damage, and the Vile Mask is dealing 50% of your concussion grenade damage to them while you're doing it. So quite a lot of damage there. I've got a tiny bit of blue, 10% Hasbro here, and then the protection from elites I've got. There is no red on the build. It's very skills orientated, so it takes a bit of time to get used to. I should say I'm playing this in HDR, and I've recorded it in HDR, and I'll edit it out in a version that should be displayable in HDR or standard definition, depending on what you're viewing on it. All I've got left to do is bounties, so they should be quick, so I will pick a bounty now. Let's see what we've got here. I might need to go to course it's miles away. So we'll make our way there. The game's on challenging, but the bounty's on heroic. So hopefully I'll come across a few enemies and I can show you how we deal with them comfortably on challenging, and then hopefully it won't be a complete disaster when I do it on heroic. Just run in amongst them. So the drone, because we've got 6 skill points, the drone is actually fairly decent healer, and I sort of didn't have much more healing. I mean, that's all I've got. Be all the way up there, wouldn't you?
All clear.
So, I mean that was pretty easy. Though you could easily get caught out. These gloves might be actually what I need. I can re-roll the critical hit damage to status effect, and then I can optimize the skill haste. So they might actually work for this build.
Target is near you, Agent.
I know. I'm expecting to get caught out here. If somebody sneaks up behind me while I'm doing this, I'm going to be in trouble. We've got Black Tusk fighting with.
Let's see how these bastards like strong.
Got Blink over there. Look.
Stop fucking around and kill them already. Those fuckers wrecked my field. You waiting for an invitation? You look like you're pissed the pants.
Charge closed.
Let's raid.
Activated charge transfer.
I can get the charge to work.
Take off your... You like
Come
my
on,
show?
die, you bloody thing.
I gotta... Wait a minute.
sure where the...
Charge compromised.
Fortunately, this disrupt is actually quite useful against the warhounds. Though that one didn't. That one was out of range. Seen any of the actual bosses yet. I'm in a particularly good position here.
Troops in contact. Over.
Vital signs critical.
Target won't stay down.
Let's go for that.
Motherfucker.
No.
Charge compromised. System disrupted. System restored.
Double go.
Where's the bow and arrow guy? Is that him there?
Airburst, fire! Oh, no good. I didn't sign up for this. You feel that?
Sniper there.
Charge compromised. System curtailed. System reactivated.
All enemy units. Copy. I'm coming up.
Are they trying to find out?
Shot on the mark. Fine. I'll shoot you again.
Serious trauma detected.
Can't hit that from here.
Get the
Moving.
target over there.
Charge transfer completed.
That's the target, Agent.
Charge exposed.
I heard a warhound as well. Great.
Charge transfer initiated. Vital signs critical. Agent vital signs 0.
Right. Anyway, you can see. I mean, I haven't quite got the hang of that yet, but I actually think that's pretty good. That was in heroic. I need a bit more practice on it, and in challenging, the way I've got it built out now is fine. In heroic, I potentially need to swap that one out, as I was talking about earlier. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty. It's actually quite a lot of fun. So in challenging, it's destroying them, and for this event to get you that disrupt 3 enemies at a time. So anyway, that's it for this one. I'll see you in the next one.